Okay. Hello and welcome back to Playday number 3 of the SST 2.
Oh god, it still says that. Oh, hang on. It says the orange team have a win, that's not right.
It's sunny outside, and there's a nice bit of cloud making it not too hot, so perfect time to stay indoors and watch some Rainbow Six Siege. And we have 2 wonderful games lined up for you today. The first game will be Wave Esport taking on Nexus Gaming, the same Nexus Gaming that dropped 1 round in 2 maps the last time we were here. Wave, due to their previous opponent forfeiting the tournament, have not played any games yet, but seeing as Nexus had a easier time than expected, they don't really have much to show either, and that we're basically going in blind once again, as we have been so far. We're just awaiting the map ban phase for you, but we'll keep you updated on what is happening with that as it rolls along.
There we go. Fast as that. Villa's been banned as well as theme park.
Wonderful. And I do believe Nexus banned theme park, banned Villa. No, Surge that banned Villa last time, with Nexus taking up theme park. So the map ban has reversed this time round, but the same 2 maps that we have not seen yet across either of our 2 best of 3s so far. But that's not particularly surprising, as they are the least popular maps of the 7 in the pool. For anyone who is unaware of the system, or just for those of you who'd like a brief reminder, the way it works is each team will take it in turns to ban a map. So Wave have chosen to remove Theme Park, and Nexus have chosen to remove Villa. Now each team will get to pick the map that they would like to go to for their pick. So we are waiting on Wave Esport to pick the map that they will be taking us to for Game 1, and then Nexus will be choosing the Game 2. After that, each team will get to ban 1 more map, before we are left with 1 remaining map, which would be our decider should we need a Game 3 to settle it. That is Coastline being selected by Wave Esport, and we will just have to wait for Nexus to choose which side they would like to take, whether that be the attacking or defending for the first half. Nexus are quickly going to choose Clubhouse, a map that they went to before, winning 7-1. The one round they lost was because they swapped out their bandit, the Hard Breach Denial, for an Oryx pick. So Nexus have chosen to attack first on Coastline, and we're still waiting for Wave to choose their starting side for Clubhouse. However, we know our final map, as Wave have taken up Constant and Nexus have taken up Oregon, leaving us with Cafe Dostoevsky, another map that Nexus played, winning 7-0. Nexus will be defending first should we reach Cafe Dostoevsky for the 3rd and final map of the series, and that means Wave will be attacking. So it'll be 15 minutes until the game begins, and we get kicked off into map 1, Coastline.
I'll just set up the lobby. Give me a second. Waiting for all the players to go in the lobby now.
Duly out.
Shouldn't be too long. I'm surprised I'm not playing music. Why am I not playing music? You go. Just remove the empty silence.
Nexus will be responding first, so we'll be
There we go. Still just waiting on 2 more players of Wave. Oh, it's just the blue team that doesn't turn up quick enough.
Maybe they're cursed.
The team is cursed. Would that make sense with the standings right now? Blue team cursed. Technically, yes. From the actual standings, not including forfeits, Orange team has only won.
Orange team wins every single time.
That's interesting.
So that's excluding forfeits.
Yeah. Because Nexus won, Valhalla won, and they were both Orange team.
This is correct. Interesting. So, by that logic, Nexus should have the advantage in today's game over Wave. But let's see if Wave can change it up and remove the curse of both being late and losing.
Still got 12 minutes before blue team get disqualified, so got a while.
Plenty of time.
Amazon.com/SSD. Do you know what? I'm actually going to Google that. Does that actually work?
Are you falling for the trap of Googling?
No, it doesn't work. Amazon.com/SSD does not work.
You
That's
fell
sad.
for it.
I fell for it. I was
And in fact, it slowed you down because you're now searching for things. It has done the opposite of what it was supposed to do. Countdown, maybe.
currently incorrect still. Film on Streamlabs, wake up. It'll be interesting to see what they ban. So let's start. Just waiting for ready ups. Oh.
What's happened?
The player from Nexus just left before the
Oh.
game starts. There we go, he's
And he's
back.
back.
It's fine.
Nutback Phil has returned. And with all 10 players in the lobby.
Still waiting for ready ups.
Taking off skins. Just noticed Chunky spelt wave wrong. It's actually a different team. It's just the stand-in. Both teams just currently making sure that they haven't got any of the banned skins, which are the elites, and also some of the older seasonal skins, which increase the or decrease the visibility of the player model, such as the Ember Rise, Blood Orchid, and I believe it was Wind Bastion ones, are all notable ones. Some of the more notable, notorious skins. Well, we're underway with Wave to make the first ban. And they all banned the Montaigne. An interesting pick to ban here on this map. Although Montaigne is just a very annoying operator. If you know that the enemy team can make good use of it, then it can be a lot easier just to remove it and not have to worry about it. Echo, once again being asked if it's allowed. This is now the third time we're going to have to clarify. Echo is back in play. You will have to ban it if you do not want to go up against it. So it's the Jackal and the Valkyrie being removed by Nexus. Valkyrie, a very strong operator. There are a lot of outside windows, a lot of places you can hide it. A very common one being the palm trees by the pool. But that will be gone, and something that the attackers will not have to worry about, and could lean towards them not needing to bring that IQ, which is often a very critical operator to have on this map. And that's the Echo gone, so the other operator that you would want to be taking IQ to counter. So we are likely to not see any IQ unless people are really worried about these goo mines. For the first round, the defenders will be taking us to Hookah Lounge and Billiards Room, the most defended bonsai, and they'll be bringing nothing unique, or nothing too strange in terms of the defenders. However, the Twitch coming out on the side of Nexus is a slightly less common pick at the moment, yet it's still quite strong into the Warmayan Jaeger, but it will be swapped off of onto the Nomad, another strong pick on coastline due to those windows that I was earlier referring to, and the Castle being brought out. Castle, an excellent operator at slowing down attackers and forcing them into choke points, requiring an explosive or 12 melee hits to remove. The only thing on the lineup of Nexus that can take those out will be the breaching charges on the Nomad, as well as the Havana pellets and the Ash breaching hits. I'm seeing the castles immediately coming out onto that 90 corner. It's going to really slow the attacks down if they're trying to clear from the penthouse side of the map. When we saw this map come out in the game between Valhalla and Safe Space, it was very common for a Havana to go up onto the roof and try and open that wall that you can see in front of you next to the sofas. The Bandit has put his batteries on that wall, which will make it impossible for Zofia to open them up without getting someone inside to remove those batteries first. Downstairs presence in the kitchen is being drowned out by Fruity at the moment. Although I don't know if they actually spotted anyone inside the kitchen, and the Jaeger inside the service a bit deeper in. Habana checking the roof, trying to look to open up more, but is searching those bandit batteries, but doing so.
Attackers have located a bomb.
The opening kill comes out onto Nico. That is the smoke off the board in the first 30 seconds of the round. Smoke is fantastic, using his gas canisters to stall out, and that's an extra 30 seconds that the attackers will effectively have on the clock, and that's the second kill coming out from Not Tech Phil on the Buck, finding Koss. That's the Legion down, another operator which benefits from being alive for longer. However, the Jaeger will quickly refrag, taking his life from the kitchen. They know he's now there, and he peeks out onto Fruity, but he's taken out. That is the Ash winning the gunfight this time. Now a 4v2 on the first round, still a minute 50 left on the round. They're pushing right up cool vibes now, trying to take as much control as possible as Capital finds the kill onto Chunky. It's now a 1 versus 4. He'll down the diffuser, and that's a 1 versus 3. Excellent game sense to use the nitro cell to remove the default plant spot. However, Nomad's picked it up and is setting it down once again. He's making his way up blue stairs. They know he's there now. The flashbang's being thrown out by the Ash. The pre-fire comes out, but Bandit wins the gunfight. Now a 2 versus 1. He's a 1 HP. Gets spotted out. He tries to push up, but gets taken out by the Habana at the end of the 90 corridor. That's unfortunate, but it will be round number 1 going in the way of Nexus Gaming. The opening frags were huge for Nexus there, finding both the Legion and the smoke very early on, and then managing to catch out that Jaeger after he killed the Buck in kitchen did leave them at a massive numbers disadvantage, and at that point in a round it's very difficult to come back unless the attackers make a massive blunder, which I don't think is going to be happening. The same lineup will be brought out for the same site. No 6th pick trickery with the castle, just revealing it. Just waiting now to see if there'll be any adaptations made, or if the adaptations will just be playing a bit more passive and trying not to get caught out from those long angles. The smoke in particular has to now be very aware of the Habana, which could end up on the roof very early on.
Defuse as many bombs as they can.
Deploying ADS.
10 seconds left before insertion.
So it looks like there can be no changes coming out from Wave, sticking with what they went with before, just hoping that they can make those playstyle adaptations to not get caught out early, and hopefully swing them around in their favour. It looks like in terms of the attack, they're going to be approaching from the same side of the building, looking to replicate their success. Habana quickly repelling up onto that roof. Nomad just staying out her air jabs, just making sure that their backs are protected from any potential runouts. Straight onto the same angle where she found the smoke last time. Checking, but nope, the smoke is playing further back and is going to be safe. But it will be Fruity finding the first kill onto Rig. That is the Jaeger down and eliminated in the kitchen. Not Tech Phil's going to be setting up a pinch here on the Bandit, and he's going to have to run back up the fight, giving control of the bottom floor. But that's going to be Botan on the Capital, finding Chunky, and quickly finding Eki on the Bandit. It's already starting to look very similar to last round, despite happening in a dissimilar way. It's a 5 versus 2 now, with the Smoke and Legion still on the table. The default plant going down. No smoke canister yet to come out. Oh, there we go. First one coming out to stop the plant. But he's going to get injured just before he can get the plant down. That's going to be Capital dead. Legion throwing out Goomines behind the bar, but he's going to get caught out from a player coming up the corridor. That is Fruity from inside of VIP with a cheeky little angle, stopping that problem. Smoke now, throwing out his second canister, detonating off. He still has one more in pocket. But he's going to get taken out by the attackers. That's going to be round number 2, once again going in favor of Nexus Gaming. Their attacks look really solid here. They're following the same system every time and clearing out that bottom floor before slowly transitioning towards an aqua take. The control of the 90 corridor, removing that castle barricade, is allowing them a long angle cutting off the rotates, and the ash inside of the VIP there, that wall wasn't reinforced, which I think is a mistake, and you often would see that being reinforced to prevent that indoor. So a completely different lineup here with the Maestro, the Cade, and the Mozzie coming out, and it's going to be a different bomb site because of it. The Cade obviously being effective at holding on to the deep freezer wall and still having one more Electro Claw to use where you would like to. The Sledge coming out from Buck, expecting the change to the kitchen service. If you know that you're going to be hitting from down from above, then the Sledge is a
Attackers
more
need to
preferable
locate
pick
and
as he has the
defuse as many
frag
bombs as
grenades,
they can.
which can be very vital in removing those Maestro cats, a deployable gadget, a bulletproof gadget, which is going to be harder to remove without the Sledge. The holes he also makes through down floors are more reliable, more consistent, as well as having the fabled SMG-11, a favourite of certain players.
Seconds remaining.
From the way Fruity and Smiles drones are set up, we expect a quick push into the pink Sunrise bar. There's currently no defender presence in there, and if they can get that map control quickly, it could be quite advantageous. However, they're spawning on the other side of the map. We're going to be look towards the main lobby. Jaeger destroying the drones. They're going to know that he's playing up by the top floor. They know he's snuck his way up into penthouse. We all know, but Spal is finding a kill onto the smoke through the drone hole very early on. That is the second round out of 3 where Smoke has died to a cheeky angle to the Habana. That's going to be another, once again, the critical operator off the table and no longer a worry. Free Fire's coming out from Fruity, but he's going to lose the gunfight to Rig. The Nomad dropping the bathroom hatch is also going to die. That's a double kill for the Jaeger in this round, causing a lot of problems on the top floor, but it's reduced to 5 HP. It's now not Tech Phil taking the drop. Can he win the gunfight, or would be the third to die to the monster snare that is Rig? Paul tossing the frag grenade. Can do more damage to Phil than to his opponent, but he's still looking healthy. Player on the window getting shot at, not taking any damage, but having to back up. That's Capital Bolt, but the Capital will be taken out in response, and that's a quad kill for Rig. The first offensive round coming in on round number 3. Fantastic solo performance from Rig, getting a quad kill, holding off everyone that tried to clear him out of the penthouse. While it will be nice to put a round on the board for Wave Esports, it will not be necessarily too comforting knowing that it came purely from the solo performance of one member, that being Rig. They're now heading back to Hookah, with Chunky taking the smoke duty and Nico moving on to the castle. Hopefully this could solve some problems with losing the gas canisters very early on into rounds. Same attacking lineup is being run from Nexus every single round, apart from when they swap the Buck for the Sledge. The Legion being swapped off onto the Wamai, wanting to try and deny those Capital firebolts, as Jaeger's ADSs do not stop them. However, the magnets that Wamai can deploy will catch them and drag them off to wherever you set up the magnet. Also, the extra deployable shield that can be brought by the Wamai is going to be interesting to see how they make use of. That's another bulletproof piece of cover that you can set up anywhere to your advantage.
seconds to insertion. 5 seconds to go. Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb. Device set.
Oh, that's a team kill coming out onto Nico. That's the castle down. That's going to be a terrible mistake and could cost him the round. Putting him at a 4 versus 5, only 20 seconds in. Bandit setting himself up in the blue bar as he has done previously. Will he be able to hold on for a little bit longer and potentially try and escape with his life as he did in the second round? You can see Rig supporting him from the sunrise bar, but it looks like there's going to be no pressure immediately put on. I know as I say that, there's going to
Bomb
drill out
located by
offense.
attackers.
So player moving to the blue window, they could try and coordinate a pronged attack. They could try and remove this player and get a free kill, but it's going to be the free kill going in favor of Wave, carrying the man count at 4-4. Not Tech Phil peeking in early and losing his life. A lot of damage can be dealt onto Cost, but they will trade it for a kill on Scammon and Botan, where it is finally traded back by the Habano. Spal taking down Cost. Ray getting aggressive on the hookah balcony, hiding his way behind the bomb, just trying to hold on to what cover he can and stall out the time. A minute 30 left on the round, and it is the 2 versus 3 with the man advantage in favor of Wave on defense. One air jab catching the bandit of Eki. The smoke canister in the hand of Chunky getting ready to be thrown onto the default slot, and there we go. It's set off to deny any plant potential. Rig pushing aggressively and trading his life for the life of Spal. It's now like 2 versus 1, still in advantage of the defenders. The pre-fire coming in from Fruity, as he knows there's one player behind him. He gets the down onto the bandit and tries to turn, but he can't quite find his target and will get taken out by Chunky instead. It's a lovely flick there to take out Fruity before he's able to clutch that round. They somehow managed to turn back a 4 versus 5 with the early team kill, but credit where credit's due, they turned it around and they managed to win out the wave. It'd be Nico taking back his favoured smoke, Chunky back on the castle. It'd be the 2 bars coming out now, choosing to go here instead of the penthouse. This is where we're seeing the sledge pick coming back out again from Not Tech Phil instead in favour of the Buck. Once again expecting a downstairs bomb site. Whether they're... And it can't be the kitchen because when you win a site on defense, you have a 2-round temporary lock on the site where you can't return to it until that is over.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can. Attackers have located a bomb. Stop worrying about grenades now. Doorway secured. Place device.
Setting up a top floor hold here using the castle barricades to try and slow down any pushing to Aqua and hold control from above. They can use this to deny any plant spots in the blue bar that would be commonly used. The other alternative option is to remove the floor, or remove the sidewalls, into the courtyard from blue bar and hold from the lobby. But the advantage of holding from above is that you remove it will make it a lot harder for the attackers to gain control of that map control, and start using it against you, making your anchoring positions a lot safer behind the bar and the sofa. It'll be Fruity, collecting his drone before running straight up towards Hoop. They can hear the reinforcements still going up, and the pre-fire coming from forward is going to do about 20 points of damage onto the Ash. Rig, once again, getting very aggressive on this hookah door, but they drone him out, and he's going to have to back up. Has a rotation there, so he can escape safely should he need it, but he's going to peek aggressively and get that opening kill on the round, and that is Fruity down and count. 3 members upstairs now, just really trying to cause an inconvenience, and they have done that, moving the entry frame off the table. He's on an aggressive angle, takes even more damage, but will be now taken out by Nottech Phil. Jaeger has done so much work on the game so far, not going to be able to do so anymore. But they are able to work their way inside the blue bar and get the diffuser down unnoticed. Thatcher is then going to climb outside the wall and rotate around, finding a kill, and that's a down onto the smoke, before being taken down by the bandit. It is now a 1 versus 3, with the smoke being picked up. He'll be down to 20 HP, but that is still an extra gun. They now know he's above, thanks to the goo mine catching him on that sound trap. He hears the defuse being made. He can't quite get a line of sight onto the bandit. If the bandit sticks it, he's going to be able to stop it. Bandit sticks it and gets the round. Defenders winning round 5 by sticking the diffuser in an awkward position. That's quite unfortunate, really. They were able to use the Habana pellets to open up the office wall into blue. They were then able to manage to sneak in and get a plant down, relatively unnoticed, while there was the fiesta going on the top floor. However, the retake was strong from the side of Wave, and they were able to bounce back, and for the first time this map, they have the lead, 3-2. The kitchen service defense coming out once again, running the same 5 operators as they did the last time, with the Cade, the Maestro, the Mozzie coming in, and the Smoke and Jaeger making a permanent spot on the roster. 2 operators which are always useful and will be missed if not run. They were able to win out on this site last time they went here, so can they replicate their success? Even if it did rely on Rig getting that 4K. Fantastic.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
The same defensive setup being brought out again. Let's just hope Nico doesn't get caught out from the drone hold. He should be more aware of it now that he's been caught out by the Habana already. But let's just hope he remembers how he went out before. The Mozzie running upstairs trying to set up the pest, slow down the attackers as they try to clear out the top floor.
Locate a bomb and defuse it.
Hidden his way inside a luggage, using the long angle that you can get through the soft wall in the kitchen that actually covers the default window, the kitchen window, which is a default plant spot. The drone hole is being checked, this time by Scameron, but Smoke will not give himself up so easily. Choosing not to set out the air jab, instead just open the window, careful of anyone on the top floor. Ash is already prepping to go into the VIP window, and Jaeger is playing a lot more passively than before, this time playing back around the table. Habana pushing aggressively in, and that's putting some early damage. Can't quite find the kill, but it'll be not Tech Phil on the sledge, removing Rig, who caused so many problems last time around, but will quickly be refragged, and that is the Mozzie. Eki coming up clutch in the refrag. He'll be quickly eliminated through the wall by Phil, and he's gonna type goodnight in the chat. Lovely bit of pre-firing through the wall to find the kill we expect from Tree. The floor is being completely demolished at the moment. It's gonna leave the 3 remaining members of Wave very uncomfortable, having to keep them on their toes so they can't get eliminated. But Maestro's just gonna sit still, no hole currently above him. Well, that is going to be cost. The kite taken out from the hole above, just not being careful. And that should cause the rest of the defense to be more careful, but the firebolt's coming out in the back and the spray through the floor is down in the maestro.
Recover the diffuser.
Couple loose nades gonna force smoke out of the bathroom. We can't quite get in, but he will get a smoke counter down, not in time to stop the plant. It is now a 4 versus 1. Nico will need a miracle to win this round, and it is very likely we'll be finishing the half 3-3. He's just going to wait out the time, not take any risks, and just chat to his team, possibly planning what they will be doing on the attack. He's finally going to make a move, hearing someone above him. I would also like to point out that he is running the Chief Rooster charm, a favourite charm of mine, as it is free and looks very cool. Finds a bit of damage onto the player on Repel, smokes it off, and is actually going to get a kill onto Fruity, but quickly taken out by Bottom. So that would be 3-3 at the end of the half. Makes you wonder if their kitchen defense was only strong because of the fantastic performance from Rig. But now that we are swapping sides, we will see if Nexus can pull a better effort on their defensive rounds and try and clutch up the map before overtime is required. Looks like they're going to hookah first, this time bringing the Maestro and the Pots. This is going to enable them to continue to make use of that vertical pressure, but they're going to swap it out for the Mozzie, deciding that in fact they would rather have the drone denial and the nuisance that is Mozzie and his pests. The Zofia being swapped out for an IQ, interesting choice considering that there is no Echo or Valkyrie on the table. Clearly concerned about removing these Legion lines and potentially trying to get out the Jaeger ADSs from below if they are through a soft floor. It should be noted that the IQ scanner will also pick up any cameras that are being actively used by players. So if Maestro is sitting on his camera through a soft floor, he could be taken out. But it is unlikely that Maestro will be exposed so easily. Therefore, I do not know if it is the greatest pick of an operator, but we'll see how they make use of it.
10 seconds left.
They're setting up in a similar way in which Wave did, however, without the use of the castle, then it can be a little bit more cautious of the long angles from 90 and the IP door. However, I do believe they've reinforced the walls into the IP, preventing that angle that Fruity used to get that lovely kill onto Post on the Legion. Once again, the attackers just double checking the bottom floor, but Fruity is running around courtyard, falling back into main lobby. It's going to have to be something that they're aware of, as we've seen time and time again what a flanking Jaeger can pull off. The opening kill comes out from Rig onto Fruity. That is the Jaeger gone, so no more worries about the pesky roamers. Everyone else, I believe everyone else is back on the site, although it might just be the Mozzie. Mozzie is still there in pink bar, supported by the smoke on full life. However, you can have to be careful with the IQ holding long angle from the bar. Ash, I do believe they know that the Mozzie is there, and they're going to try and move in to catch him out. But it will be Ash getting caught out by Spar on the smoke and cool vibe stairs, because more and more problems for them to deal with. IQ trying to find some gadgets through the floor. Interesting to see what's going on above them. Goo mines coming out, slowing down the Capital, pushing into the site. A lot of damage coming out onto Scammer now from Eki. G8 tearing him up, but he's still alive and hidden behind the bar. They can't quite remove him from his bunker. The smoke bolt finally coming out, and that's an asphyxiation bolt to go with it. The fuse is being dropped, and they're going to run straight in, but instantly that's the Captal getting down by the Legion, who's playing aggressively on the bomb. The Nomad planting the default spot, and I don't think they're able to quite stop it. Scammering below with the Nitro Cell, can't quite detonate it off time, but will get a double kill, and that is all the attackers dead. Spal will just casually take that diffuser time. He has all the time in the world. I think they all go down just after it is planted.
Defender mission successful.
So that's the first offensive round. One on the hookah defense by Nexus, and they'll be lining up to go to kitchen and service entrance, bringing the Maestro again. The Mozzie also coming out. In fact, it is the same lineup that they ran last time, should they not make any changes, as is the same lineup if the Zofia is swapped for the IQ once again. I feel like they might be sticking to it, possibly saying that they did not get the most benefit out of that IQ.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
So Deep Freezer being reinforced as Not Tech Phil walking up and expanding into the Sunrise bar, trying to extend their pressure on the bottom floor and trying to just take control of it a little bit. We saw before that Wave had chosen not to hold on to any control there, instead of giving it up to the attackers, as they felt it was necessary, but Not Tech Phil will be making himself comfortable behind the
10
bar,
seconds remaining.
using his juice to try and slow down anyone who pushes him out.
5 seconds remaining.
Spal setting up in the same position as Nico,
Attackers are
once
moving
again
out
to
to
turn
locate a bomb
towards
and
the
defuse it.
drone hole. We do have Scammon roaming on the top floor with the Mozzie, trying to cause some problems. He was able to on the last round, despite the Jaeger getting caught out early. Looks like Wave are choosing to try and run straight into the top floor hookah. They know it's clear and they're going to make their advance fast. Going for trying to take control of this whole side of the top floor, before they can eventually move over and start using their breaching rounds as well as their sledgehammers to try and open up the vertical pressure from any defenders. Fruity doing a lot better job of stalling time and falling back slowly. Scammon there to support him. You know, he hasn't used his life yet. Wave set themselves in a very strong position, and the hatch isn't open in the penthouse, so these two members of Nexus are locked in unless they can break open that window and push out. Eki pushing in for the first kill, and that will be him finding the head of Scammon. They know where Fruity is now, and it's they're pushing in fast, but he'll be taken out by Fruity. The shots coming in from the sledge from the back of theatre are going to take out this Jaeger, and that's going to be a 2-for-1 in favour of Wave. A 4 vs 3 with top floor control now gained. A minute 20 still on the round for them to take advantage of this. And that's going to be a quick kill found out by the Legion in exchange for a down on Spal. Smoke injured but not out of action. The grenade through the floor, perfectly placed, dropped his feet and finally removed him from play. The numbers advantage is back in favour of Waves. Continue to
Attackers have located a bomb.
completely redecorate the floor. First smoke grenade coming out, and that's the second smoke bolt coming out as they tried to plant in the middle of the door. Nomad losing all of her life and being taken out. That is the asphyxiation bolt from Kowtow misfiring as well. So that is an unfortunate team kill to make it a lot harder. However, the Maestro has been taken the floor above him, and he doesn't even notice, and that's going to be a free kill for Cost, taking out the Maestro. A 2 versus 1 for the Legion now, with Capital in the main entrance door on ping, planting behind the club. He pushes up, completely unsupported by the sledge, and it's going to be some damage done on. He's going to turn, but the Capital will win the gunfight and secure the round, tying the game at 4-4. From the way this game is going so far, something tells me we could be in for the long haul. Potential 3 maps. I could see overtime on the table for at least this map, if not the rest, depending on how the teams are playing. But I'm really enjoying this matchup, and I hope you are too. The defenders choosing to rerun kitchen service. However, they're bringing the Wumai. This could be swapped out for the smoke, but they may not feel it necessary. Yeah, that is the smoke coming back in place of the Wumai. Just trying to throw some confusion towards, but that's the Ash being exchanged for the IQ now. Rig gonna be rocking the G8, hopefully. Another monster gun, another 3-speed operator, which he can take advantage of in acquiring some kills.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Looks like the same defensive setup is coming out, continuing to extend into the Sunrise Bar. I feel like that was quite successful and it didn't move. And able to hold it until the Legion had to rotate through kitchen to deal with the Capital planting in the main door. It doesn't look like the lobby hatch has been opened up again from Penthouse, and that could continue to be a problem if they don't double check it.
10 seconds to go.
They don't want to have another problem of leaving their 2 roamers stuck in an
5 seconds to go.
unescapable position.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it. The attackers
All attackers spawning on the Bruin side, looking to try and take early Aqua and Office control. They're going to shred straight over to the bars, potentially going for another hookah take. 1 Goomine down off the table, and they are going to start making their way into hookah. They were very successful at pinching these defenders back into Penthouse. And that is Spal opening the hatch now, giving them an escape option this time, which they did not have available to them before, and could have been very helpful in securing and maintaining their lives. Slowly pushing down Cool Vibe stairs, trying to make sure there's no one peeking it, but looking for any potential free damage or free kill that they can acquire from cutting off any spots. They're going to spot out the Jaeger at the top of the white stairs. Just going to hold in place. We're challenging a gunfight, free-firing the door. There's going to be a lot of damage done on the button, but a lot of damage onto Nico, sorry. But he will be taken down before he can secure the kill. A nitro cell going off, I believe, but doing a lot of damage, but not securing anything. But Scameron will find his kill onto Rig at the IQ out of action, and he is making his way through VIP. They seem unaware, and they could actually fall into his prey, but that is sledge dropping the wall next to him. That can be a quick kill. Secured by Chunky, the Nomad, picking up his first of the round. Now that they have control of this top floor, they can start to rotate their pressure downwards, using the sledge and Sophia to open up the floor and rain hell from
Attackers
above.
have located a bomb.
I found one. First floor. Loading concussion. Make room.
Sophia trying to burn any potential ADSs as well as concuss anyone that should be standing too close. Botan much further back in sight now, hopefully a little bit safer. And take out the folder so that he can see the default plant spot. Oh, but that's going to be Spal getting his head completely taken off by the Zophia. There's Eki pushing very aggressive into sight, and that's going to be the Nomad planting in the middle of the corridor. Can the Bartan find the spread, and he will find the spread before the diffuser goes down. It's going to be a 3 versus 2.
A bomb has been located.
All the attackers starting to take quite a bit of damage. There's 15 seconds left on the clock. They're going to have to find a way to get this down. Eki starting to stick it in the middle, but they don't notice the Mitro rotating too fast. The Legion's going to find the long kill. Can't quite get the kill, but he will find the Zofia through the reinforced wall. And that's going to be Sledge left above with nothing to do. And that will be round number 9 secured by the defenders. They were able to take back to their. They were able to return to the kitchen, but this time make the necessary requirements to get the win instead. And now it's going to be moving back to the hookah side. They won the first time round, and they've had 2 rounds away, so they can just go back and hopefully collect their 3-round win. They are currently ahead 4-5. Should they be able to replicate their success from their first offensive round in round number 7, that will put them at match point on map number 1. Continuing to stick with this Mozzie, not showing the pulse like we did last time. Just going to say, yep, you know what's coming, we're going to slow you down.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
They're reinforcing the walls both at the back of billiards and also into VIP, and it's going to cause a problem as it's going to deny certain lines of sight as a wave have been trying not to go with the Habana, instead choosing more versatile operators, bringing the Buck along and bringing the Ash as well.
10 seconds remaining.
Coastline is a map which does not require the hard breaching. You see a lot of teams, especially at the higher levels as well,
Attackers'
choosing
objective is to locate
the
a
same
bomb and
thing.
defuse it.
So it's not completely uncommon, but could cause some inconveniences. Can we get a quick check of the scoreboard to see how the players are shaping up this round? So it is Eki actually with top rank, 9 kills and 8 on rig, and on the side of Nexus it's Sparl and not Tech Phil doing a lot of the heavy lifting, although it's a lot more evenly spread on their side of things.
Attackers have located a bomb.
That is a quick kill coming out from Fruity onto Eki. And we've just said he's the top fragger, but he's now going to be out of the round. Koss already starting to try and remove the player from Sunrise Bar, but that's going to be a second kill picked up for Fruity now. He's not being contested, he's doing a lot of damage on the attack. This could look like a strong round going in favor of the defense if they don't shut him down quickly and recuperate on their losses. But he's going to be able to sneak up uncontested. The last 3 attackers all finding themselves on the Aqua Bar and in Aqua Balcony. 2 defenders now below, Mozzie prepping himself with a Nitro to deny the default plant. The air jab's coming out, but that's going to be a quick kill pick up for Legion. And the down, which will be secured by the Mitral Evi, leaving Chunky in the 1 versus 5, sorry, before he's quickly eliminated and will be a flawless round in favor of Nexus Gaming, taking us to match point with a scoreline of 6-4. The Blue and Sunrise Bars being brought out as the last potential defending round for Nexus Gaming, hoping they can close it out and secure map number 1 before going on to their own pick of Clubhouse. The Goyo being brought out, this is something we haven't seen all map long despite it being available, and can be quite a strong pick when used correctly. Not only does it give you 2 extra sets of deployables, 2 extra deployable shields, but the possibility of exploding them in a fiery inferno. The Mozzie possibly coming onto the Wamai here. It's very common to see a Wamai, but it's the Vigil, so that's going to be even more upstairs presence, and another operator that will rely on denying drone information.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Glacier making quick work on that wall, trying to get the long angle from the lobby door if they want to deny any default plant spot. It is possible we see Jaeger stacking up his utility in that corner where we see him currently. Yep, and there goes one ADS down there already. Potentially see the deployable shield coming out from the smoke. Wonderful stuff.
10 seconds to insertion. 5 seconds remaining.
I was about to question the interesting placement from the Glow, but he'll rearrange it so it's not
Defuse it.
easily accessible from that blue bar window. The attacker is approaching from the main door, looking to take control of the lobby first. Potentially, he'll just go straight up onto the top floor, remove the Vigil and possibly the Jaeger from upstairs. Scout and Fruity have done a fantastic job this game at really slowing down the attack, apart from the one round which they lost, but that was unfortunate. They didn't have any escape routes pre-planned. Since then, they've been nothing but trouble for the attacking team of Wave, who have really struggled to clear them out. Looks like their ban of the Jaeger was for a good reason. They wanted to make use of their roam game, and Jaeger is an operator who really punishes that by pinging out your location to the entire attacking team. One minute in and not a whole lot has happened, although the attackers have managed to take a lot of control of VIP and now taking over the theatre. It's starting to encroach across the map towards the hookah and aqua area. Vigil hiding behind the bar, trying not to be scanned. His scanner will hide his location, his exact location, from drones. However, they will get the silver sparks when he is nearby. That is drone being taken down by Fruity as he falls back down cool vibe to the plant spot. The exact location of Vigil is not being known, but this gunshot's moving away. As someone pushes right in, and the rig will find the first kill of the round, being brought down to 1 HP, lucky to be alive. Fruity getting aggressive on the staircase will get quickly punished for it by the Zofia of Eki, but the Nitro from that would be from Spal will take out Chunky. Nomad down, but it's not the most crucial operator. It's now a 4 versus 3, however with the total health pool, it is in favour of Nexus. But as you only need 1 bullet to kill with a headshot, that extra gun is going to cause potential infinite damage. Spal, not knowing that Rig is there, being punished for it, and he's going to be... No, he'll quickly turn and get the free kill onto Rig. Could have been a terrible mistake, which would have opened the round up, but it will be Botan giving his life up, and Eki trying to claw his way back into the round, finding a double kill. That'd be his third, 4th round. Spal now in the 1 versus 2 as he quickly finds the kill onto Rig. Not Rig, sorry, onto Nico. A lot of damage being dealt onto Zofia, but the plant is going down on the default spot. Zofia will be taken out. It's a 1 versus 1 with the plant down. Sledge hugging the bomb in this post-plant situation. He knows they each know where each other are now. It's going to be interesting to see how they can play around this. But a wonderful shot coming out from Spal, and they'll be winning the 1 versus 3 clutch and securing map number 1 coastline in favor of Nexus Gaming.
Defenders disable the diffuser. Defenders win.
Let's take a quick look at the scoreboard before we leave you, see how everyone was getting on in that game. That's 12 kills from both Spal and Eki, both having standing performances, with Rig with 9, as does Fruity and Phil, all putting up fantastic performances, but sadly it will be Nexus Gaming get the better of the matches. We will have a short break in between map number 2, so if you'd like to get yourself a drink or a snack, Go and do that. We will not be starting on the action without you. Hello and welcome back to this best of 3 matchup between Wave Esports and Nexus Gaming. Map number 1 Coastline was able to be won by Nexus despite it being Wave's map pick in a scoreline 7-4. We are now getting ready to move on to Clubhouse, the map chosen by Nexus Gaming, and they have played it once already, winning 7-1 over Surge Optical Advanced. However, that entire series was rather one-sided, and we would have to consider whether that is a true showing of what Nexus is capable of, or whether that was more on the side of their opponent being a little bit unprepared for their series. Either way, last time, Nexus also began on defense, as they will be today. So it is very likely that we see similar bans coming out from them, namely the Maverick. Maverick is an operator which is extremely powerful in opening up that church wall. However, we could also see the Thatcher. I think it's very likely we see Wave banning out the Montaigne again, as Coastline is not a traditionally Montaigne favoured map. However, Clubhouse is. If they wanted to ban it out before, they would most certainly be banning it out again, which gives extra flexibility to Nexus if they choose to take advantage of it, but also gives advantage to Wave if they did not intend on using the Montaigne in the first place anyway. When it comes to the defenders, there are a couple of defenders which are likely to be seen gone. It is not uncommon for Valkyrie, Echo, and Mira to be removed. They are the 3 more commonly banned defenders. We could also see something interesting such as a Cade ban coming out.
Ocean waves and try to come to life. Don't let go of the bright blue sky, because the future's looking far too light. Are you ready for a long dive ship to set sail and carry me through the starry night? Dream of me whenever you are feeling oh so lonely. Try to leave your fears behind. We are locked in an orbit racing round the dots of moonlit worlds that make collide. Keep your eyes on mine. Touchdown on the surface of my heart. The feeling's never gone. A brave adventurer like me. Members everywhere that I've come from. Keep your feet to the vacuum sky, cause it's surrounding us out here. Follow the trail of the stardust of the ones that came before us, and we'll see what we've always been there. Dream of me whenever you are feeling oh so lonely. Try to leave your fears behind.
are just awaiting the players to be ready before we can jump into the second map for today, Clubhouse. And we are launching into map number 2. And as the bans come in, is Thatcher removed, firstly, by Wave, choosing not to get rid of the Montagna, as I previously suspected, which will leave it open to Nexus, and we did see that they chose to run it, and even chose to run the Blitz at one point. There's the Nomad being removed by Nexus, so that's going to make it a lot harder to watch your backs, causing you to bring more claymores and potentially a gridlock to watch your indoor flanks. The gridlock is not as effective at covering the outdoor runouts, due to the fact it does damage rather than disrupting the attacker's movement or killing them outright in the situation of a claymore. And there is the Echo being removed from play once again, Nexus banning it on both maps. No, it was Nexus that banned the Valkyrie on map number 1. It was Echo banned by Wave last time. But here we will see the Valkyrie being removed once again, so the same 2 defender bans, but a new set of attackers. Defenders choosing to go to the CCTV room and the cache room, the most popular defensive bomb site at the moment, followed closely by the basement. There you can see the Maverick being brought in combination with the Thermite from Spa. Ash and Zofia, one of which will be used in assisting the Maverick in tricking the wall should he go for that option. And there's the Montaigne, Scameron bringing it out again. He did a fantastic job at taking Rafter control very quickly in their matchup, should I say, against Surge. It will be interesting to see if Wave can put up a better defense. The smoke and the barbed wire is going to be crucial at slowing him down on his movement up. They have both the Wamai Magnets and the ADSs to deny any negative grenades, the Captal Firebolts, as well as the frag grenades from Bata on the Maverick. You see two ADSs already being used on that cache window. They really want to be careful of anyone throwing grenades from that back window, taking out any bandits or stopping the bandit from tricking effectively.
5 seconds left. Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Fairly default setup coming out with the Doc holding on rafters using his ACOG to get longer sight lines onto the door, prevent anyone from peeking inside. As they're running straight over this wall, it's going to be the Montaigne entering in from stock, with the assistance of Fruity on the Ash. The first kill of the game coming out from NotTech Phil, managing to find Rig in the lounge, I believe. Just not paying attention and caught out early on. And that's a second kill being taken out, and that is the bandit down from Fruity. That is going to be the wall open for the Thermite. No bandit to trick it anymore.
Bomb
Montaigne now making his way towards the dock, who's dropped down into the lower area of the garage. The Maverick losing the peek to the Wamai, who's using his shield to maximum advantage, protected from the window by his ADSs. They know there's one more on the wall, but the Montaigne is able to find a kill, although he's brought down to very low HP in the process. He's now a 2 versus 3 in favor of the attackers. However, with 2 smoke canisters still on the board and Montaigne on basically no HP, he will be eliminated shortly should the smoke glance his direction. But that is the Thermite going to find the kill onto the Wamai as he rushes into sight and sits himself on the default plant spot. And Noctec Phil finding the last kill onto the smoke on red will secure round number 1 in favor of Nexus Gaming. Two early kills coming out in favor of Nexus really put the defenders on the back foot, losing their bandit that early on, and their Jaeger downstairs, who was supposed to be protecting the bandit from below. It's going to cause a lot of problems in protecting that wall, as you can no longer stop anything from happening to it. The same lineup is going to be rung out again from Wave with the same players and the same operators. The Hyde being brought instead of the bandit is a nice adaptation to try and avoid the explosive from the Zofia this time instead of the Ash. Yes, they will be sticking the Cade. Last minute swap of a gadget, possibly the weapon, but the operator will ultimately remain the same.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Seeing a very similar setup coming out again from Wave. However, with the Electro Claws coming out, they'll be able to deny the wall a little bit more safe, and it'll be more awkward for the attackers to get rid of it. The Maverick is still on the table, so if they can identify that it's going to be difficult to remove them from below, they can go for the Maverick trick and use the Zofia explosive to blow up the wall once it becomes soft.
10 seconds remaining.
Wamai setting up his shield in the same place, it was so effective at getting him that kill onto the Maverick. And he was able to use it as a power position until he was pushed out by the Thermite. If he can avoid that, it could be a lot stronger. It also denies a little bit of the Rafters push, supporting the dock in the Rafters. Dock choosing to start on the bottom floor of the garage, but it will be Scamron going for exactly the same entrance with Fruity once again. Spald running him in, just making sure that they can get that same control. Jaeger can be a bit more careful, instead roaming on the top side, so he's coming down the main staircase towards the bar area, but he will not be losing his life within the first 30 seconds of this round. Instead, coming around a bit later to cause a bit of an inconvenience. They haven't noticed the inconvenient placement of the Electro Claws, meaning that it's going to take a little bit of time to get rid of them.
Magnet out! Ready for grenades.
There we see Botan prepping his... Oh, and there's cutting quickly to Jaeger, who sees on below, but does he know? Is he gonna creep around slowly and get his first kill? That's Fruity down. The Montaigne turning around slowly and will start to make his way toward him, but there's no one in support of Montaigne, so we can't push him too far alone. However, there's a second kill coming out from Nico, catching, and that is a kill coming out from the Cade. That is now Botan and Spal down, and although the wall is open, it is a 5v2 in favor of the defenders, with one of said attackers currently chasing Jaeger across the map. Capital coming in through stage door to try and give him some assistance, but Rig should recognize this and back up, and that is going to be the kill coming out from Cos onto the Capital and Rig, closing it up for a flawless round from the defenders, and that is a lot more ideal and what you really wanted to see coming out of them when they repeat their bomb site choice. Going down to the Church Arsenal, bringing the Goya, or at least hovering it for now, Nope, and that's going to be swapping off the Goyo onto the castle. So this is the SSG roam, as I'm obliged to call it every time it is brought out. The Montaigne being brought in favour of the Habana, which is a lovely choice considering that they're going to a bottom floor. When you can predict that they're going to use the bottom floor, you want the Habana to help open up the hatches, while Thermite can then focus on opening dirt and potentially church wall or another wall of your choice that gives you the flexibility of getting more destruction onto the site. We're going to see an interesting setup now from Wave, where the purpose of this is to stall as much time across the entire map as possible before retreating back to
Attackers
site
need
with
to
as many
locate and
members
defuse
alive
the
as
bomb.
possible. We're seeing the reinforcements come out, and Rig, on the vigil is going to be getting that hatch, and then he'll be setting up his position in the bar. It'll be the Mute and the Mozzie, stumbling on my words, but they'll be setting up on the top floor using the Mute Jammers and the Mozzie Pests to slow down the drone intel. It actually would have been quite a nice counter for the Monty to be here. Monty
10
obviously
seconds remaining.
has a giant shield, which is going to keep you alive when
5
face
seconds
checking around
remaining.
corners, but he is not stopped or halted by any mutes
Attackers are
or
moving out to
pests.
locate a bomb and defuse it.
However, they have changed them out, and it's going to be a push towards construction, trying to get the construction tunnel open early, but it looks like we may have run into an issue.
Lovely bit of Ubisoft right there.
So, Ubisoft has managed to crash their servers. This is not uncommon in the world of Rainbow Six Siege, as we all know that Ubisoft maintains sketchy control of their servers. But we will have to wait for the rehost to come out. Now, what does it mean if there's going to be a rehost this far into the round?
We won't need a rehost. I can just rejoin.
Oh, okay, sure. So we'll just be rejoining the server as soon as we
Oh.
can. Are you sure we'll need a rehost because you are the
I'll be able to
controller,
rejoin.
I believe.
Apparently, I don't have what? I don't have Uplay installed. That's good to know.
Oh, nice. Do you have it through Steam?
That is a new one. I've never seen that one before. Oh god.
I was going to say, it's certainly interesting.
Unable to find Uplay. Uplay's there. Oh, I'm gonna have to do Task Manager Uplay and open it again. Oh my god. Unable to find Uplay. That is a new one. Oh god.
So what's happened with the game is their game continued, and they've come to a pause. Should they play out the round? That is the question.
They'll still be able to keep playing.
Okay.
Yeah, I just won't be spectating right now.
We have lost track of the players. I repeat, we have lost track of the players, but we will get them back as soon as we can.
Oh god, now it's singing with the cloud. I think it's found a Uplay this time. Oh my god. Oh no. Ubisoft, why have you done this?
Well, at least you found your Uplay back.
Oh, can't find Uplay again. Oh my god. That is an issue. I have Uplay open, and I'm opening the game through Uplay. But it can't find Uplay.
Yes, that would be a slight problem.
That is a little bit of a problem. Brilliant. Oh god. I'm very surprised why it can't find Uplay.
It's a shame. I was quite excited to see how Wave set up their room on the bottom floor. Now that is obviously a much more viable option and has been popularized by SSG. But I'm sure we'll get to see it again at some point in the game, or depending on what happened with the round, possibly right afterwards.
There we go. Finally, Siege opened. That was weird. I didn't have to reinstall Uplay, luckily. That's a new one. I have not seen that one before. I'm completely baffled at how that happened.
That is unfortunate.
We'll be back in the game in just a little bit. There we go. Reconnecting now. There we go. That is a new one. That is a new one. I'm very confused. Why did that happen? Nobody knows.
Attacker's objective is to defuse
Nobody
the bomb.
actually knows. We're deep in the round. That wall is open. Which, yeah, okay. Interesting. I'm going to open a window.
Swapping mags!
Attacker dropped the diffuser. Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
So hopefully we'll be able to catch up with the action very soon. And it looks like we are back in, and it looks like Wave have managed to put together 2 defensive wins since the last time we saw them. That means they would have won both the basement and the gym, putting together 3 rounds in a row, and now we're seeing them return to the cache CCTV. Does mean we will have that 2 rounds lost forever, never to be recovered.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
I still don't understand why the game is crashing like that. It's a bit stupid. Looks like I will need to go to amazon.com/SSD to get a new one.
Yes, you do in fact need to go to amazon.com/SSD.
10 seconds left.
Well, it'll be another cache server hold, cache CC hold,
Attackers must
bringing
locate
back
and defuse the bomb.
the all-new version with COS on the Kaid. This adaptation worked really well for them last time and actually managed to secure them the round, as they weren't able to get anything done with the underneath pressure they had from Zofia. It also meant that Rig didn't have to play so close and could therefore not lose his life as early on. Now it'd be interesting to see the adaptation made, and the adaptation made will be that Botan is going for a quick grenade through the top, choosing not to impact trick it, but instead trying to burn the ADSs, which they've successfully done. Oh, but there's a magnet that's been thrown out in the meantime. That is lovely play from Eki specifically, but Wave as a whole to catch that grenade. Now with the second grenade coming through, but does not catch the Kaid claws. That's because there is one hidden behind the TVs, and the other one is on the other side of the wall by the drone hole. And that's a grenade kill coming out onto Botan, catching himself with his own explosive, and this is really causing Nexus some problems. They can't quite figure out how to get through this, and that is going to be Rig coming back round again and getting another kill onto Fruity. We're seeing a lovely copy of what they did, or imitation I should say, of what they did last time, and it is working even better with Botan taking himself out of action. Hearing someone above him, Rig is just cautious of anyone that was playing by the master bedroom gym. He shouldn't be worried too much, but he should now be, as he's taken out very quickly by the thermite of Sparl. This leaves them now in a 4 versus 3. It was quite unfortunate. He was cut off from the site by Scameron, as he could not rotate up the red stairs, and just gets caught out in his other rotation. His last option being to run all the way through the basement, but this would have taken some time, and I can understand why he might have looked for an more immediate flank instead. The wall into construction has been opened, and they've given up on getting the main church wall. Montaigne's coming in, trying to put some pressure on as they're throwing the smokes deep into sight. Montaigne exposing his shoulder temporarily, but they lost sight of him in the window. But Montaigne's walked right past. Thermite gets a kill. If he gets a free kill, that's Thermite getting one kill and nearly picking up a second on the Rafters player there. But the Rafters player is able to escape, and thanks to him being Doc, he's able to heal himself up a little bit, as well as giving Smoke a bit of a boost as well. Sparl trying to stick the diffuser, but he's going to get killed in the process. Not Tech Phil in the 1 vs 2. He knows where both his adversaries are, but one is hiding behind the portal with the sight advantage. He picks up the first. 8 seconds on the clock. All Smoke has to do is stall out time. The diffuser is in the hands of the Capitao, and he's going to start sticking it. Smoke can't exactly find where he is, but he's going to run up red stairs, and he'll have time on the clock. No, he quite won't. He's going to just run out of time, and Capitao's going to be able to compose himself and set up for this 1v1. Smoke playing close with the shotgun hasn't quite realised that Capitao's rotated back into cash. The spray through the wall, not finding his target. He's slowly running out of time, but has no clue. He goes to he's baiting the defuse, hits it twice, but the patience from Phil to not move. He knows it's a bait, and he's not going to fall for it, forcing him to come right in. But he'll get the kill. It's going to be close. I think he just about has it. Yes, he does. With less than a second on the clock, he will get the diffuser. 0.27 of a second. That is incredibly close from Chunky, but nearly so well played from Phil. He did an excellent job at knowing that he didn't have to worry. We're going to see the SST roam again. Something I was so sad that I missed out on before. They'll finally treat me to it this time round, and it's going to be a treat for all of you as well who also missed it. Quite impressive. Oh, that's the gridlock coming out in favour of the IQ. A nice change, knowing that they've taken Nomad off the board and they want to watch their backs for Rig. Actually, that could have been a pick that would have helped them a lot in avoiding 2 early kills in their last 2 times attacking Garage, as Rig was able to find an early kill onto Fruity both times, whether it be him on the Zofia or the Ash, which obviously doesn't help when your primary entry gets eliminated from play.
Attackers have located a bomb.
funky. Going for the unorthodox play. No, he's not going to barricade it off just yet. And Rig actually choosing to reinforce the blue hatch, which is an interesting adaptation to prevent a rush as easily, as they'll have to use the Habana pellets, which is a bit louder. Normally you'd see this castle barricade coming out there on the door just a little bit up towards the top of the stage. That's because the elevation will allow you to see the feet of anyone pushing it from below, whilst also giving you a little bit more space to be a little bit more annoying. But I guess they're choosing to take that to be a little bit more safer, a little bit more conservative, and have forced them to be pushed further in. Although it does make the job a little bit easier for the attackers, so it'll be interesting to see how this works out for them. That's going to be a quick down coming out from Cos on the... he's going to be using the Nitro Cell actually, just to take the Ash off the board. He knows it's injured, but doesn't want to risk peeking it out in case there's someone nearby to get the refrag. That's a fine use of a Nitro just to secure that kill, and that's the man advantage coming on very early on, already putting themselves forward at a 5 versus 4.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Eki slowly starting to edge his way back towards the bar, seeing if he can give a little bit of assistance down to the Vigil. But so far there is not a whole lot of pressure being applied by Nexus. Able to find the frag onto Rig and bring it back to a 4 versus 4, but with a minute 10 they're starting to make their way down into the basement. Botan still very cautious of someone coming up from behind him in garage, and with good reason, as the Mozzie is still running around upstairs and they can hear him from garage. But if he drops carelessly, he's going to lose his head, and that's exactly what happens. There's now the split push coming in here as Spal and Noctec Phil have managed to squeeze their way up into dirt. Nico is ready for them, waiting, but that's going to be a quick kill onto Spal, and that's going to be Botan taken down in quick succession by Nico as well. A 3 versus 2 and a little bit of damage taken out onto Nico, but ultimately it's going to be Ekai finding the kill and finding the second. A 3k for him on the round, I do believe, and that's going to be a lovely hold. That's what happens when you ignore the roam game on this hold. You get punished and shot in the back. And although they were able to catch the Mozzie out, and the Mozzie was the one caught with his pants down, it did not ultimately end up well. After a little bit of a stumble on their first round of the map, Wave were able to put together 5 consistently strong holds. And now they'll be swapping sides and giving it their go on the attack. Let's see how Nexus can hold CCTV cache, running a slightly altered operator lineup, choosing to bring the Maestro instead of the Doc, and a Legion in place of one Mai. Legion's going to be very influential if they should have chosen to 6th pick onto a shield operator such as the Montaigne, which we saw being run very prevalently by Nexus.
Locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
But alas, it is not something that Wave are going to choose to bring out, despite probably knowing where the site's going to be. Scameron making a couple punch holes for himself, so just be a little bit easier to hear when the Thermite goes to place the charge down. It is interesting, and it should be noted, there is no Maverick being brought on the side of Wave, meaning they will not have the backup option of trying to Maverick trick the wall open, instead relying on going underneath, which means that if that had been read into, they could have potentially brought the Kite. It'd be interesting to see how they can still get the wall open despite that small disadvantage. And actually could be an excellent additional use of utility from Koss, bringing the said sledge. All 5 attackers already prepping themselves to push from warehouse towards this window.
Carl playing very aggressive to meet them early on, but will get his head taken off, and that's Smoke down in the first 30 seconds of the round. This is almost like a reverse of Coastline. Smoke losing himself very early. But for the other team, that's the free kill, and they're able to line up the frag grenade from the Snitch and the explosive from the Zofia. This is clearly a well-rehearsed attack, and they already find themselves in a 4 versus 2. Scratch that, a 4 versus 1. As Nico pushes very aggressively in and finds himself a kill on the Maestro, and they know the last is on the rafters, but not Tech Phil finding one before ultimately being refragged and the attackers taking the round, putting themselves 6-1. Lovely shot from Koss through the wall. Bit of guesswork, but ultimately just good game sense in finding that Legion and taking his head off. Choosing to run back to the same site. It is now match point. In order to keep their hopes alive in this map and bring it to a 2-0 swift conclusion to the series, they will need to put 5 rounds back to back, in a much similar fashion to how Wave were able to do. I have to be honest though, I think Wave's attacks just looked too succinct. It's clearly something they've practiced and planned out. Getting that early kill onto the bandit on the wall was fantastic. And here we go. The Cade being brought out, noticing the lack of a Maverick. This is where we have to question if Botan is still in the chat listening in. Just joking. That is a joke. I'm not accusing them of stream sniping.
I mean, good luck stream sniping.
I just wanted to clarify and keep myself safe from the abusive fans. Very similar setup coming out from the side of Nexus. However, this kite I think is an excellent choice and a wonderful adaptation. Now it's just to see if they can use it as effectively as Wave were able to. However, the IQ means that even should they be able to find a good use of it, there could still be a way for Wave to remove it, with the scanner being able to see it through the wall and remove one side through the soft wall, and allowing them to get the wall at least partially open. It looks like for the minute Scameron's going to be holding onto the second one in his hand, just ready to replace it should he need to. As Wave are very aggressively droning in, but they haven't checked the basement yet, and Fruity is waiting at the bottom of blue, but Rig, very vigorous on their droning Wave are today, and they're going to spot him right out, and he's going to run all the way back, with Koss leaving a flank drone just to make sure that he doesn't come up and push them aggressively. The droning from Wave has been spot on, and they've been able to clear this section of the map very quickly and very safely, ultimately knowing that they're not going to be flanked, with Chunky watching a drone as well. The exothermic charge coming down, but it will be Rig finding the being taken off by Fruity for the first of the round.
Ubisoft, oh my god.
Ubisoft is back. So, after seeing that first kill come out in favor of Nexus, we are going to have another freeze.
I think it's just Clubhouse.
Could possibly just be Clubhouse.
It's potentially just Clubhouse.
Clubhouse is cursed. It's a lot of curses we've uncovered on today, but let's get the chat. Predict what the score will be when we finally return. Will the map be over? Will Wave have secured map number 2? Or will the comeback be on in favor of Nexus Gaming? obviously we have to wait 3 minutes for them to actually hear it. Meanwhile, they're still re-enjoying the setup phase in the wonderful drone game.
I'll try running it in Vulcan. Even though the stream quality will be a lot lower.
Pardon?
I'll run it in Vulcan. See if that helps.
Does Vulkan produce lower stream quality?
You can't hook the game with Vulcan. So you have to record your screen.
You can't. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I get you what you mean. You have to do window capture.
Mhm. Just waiting for you players to exist again. Oh, there it is. Haha. I'm so confused. Why does it do that?
I've just realised I forgot to set my fantasy League of Legends team this week.
F?
As an F in the chat. I think I have 10 minutes till the lock-in, so we're quickly going to chuck as many rogue players on the lineup as we can.
I'm extra confused because it's literally popping up saying Uplay doesn't isn't installed, but I'm launching it from Uplay. Oh god. for map 3, if we're going to map 3, I'm definitely going to launch my other account. Oh no, this isn't good. This isn't good at all. Just having continuous problems, as always. There's nothing wrong with this new patch at all. Totally hasn't started crashing on me.
Woe is you. Would you agree?
I know, right?
Oh. Smoke splinter.
Right, so just so you know,
No, we're in a game.
at the end of this round,
Yeah.
rehost.
Alright.
I'm not gonna risk it on my thing.
Just so
I
you
don't have
know,
any rotates
end of
out
this
of here, by the way.
round, rehost.
Okay.
There we go, I'll just tell everyone to rehost. Hang on.
Omnium coming in with the clubhouse curse confirmed. If Omnium is saying it, then it must be true.
Clubhouse just must be cursed. It's gotta just be Clubhouse. I've just looked over at my computer and my graphics card fans aren't spinning. That's not good. That's not a good sign.
Yeah, that generally doesn't tend to be ideal.
That's not the best situation. I'm about to start freaking out. Not gonna lie. Okay, launching straight from Ubisoft this time, and not from Steam. Okay.
We can.
Maybe the Steam edition is just broke. Who knows? I'm even more confused. It's doing it on the Ubisoft edition as well. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Don't worry, we'll get back.
Right, so the round has ended. Hang on, I'm gonna at them. Jesus! Ah! Ubisoft, why are you doing this? It's only started this week as well. Done. Okay. Oh my god. Yeah, obviously it's 1-1, but what...
7-2 prediction when we get back. So I think it's going to be 1 by Wave, says Omnium. No one else has yet put in a prediction, so we're just
it was
waiting.
7-2, apparently. Okay.
It was 7-2. Omnium, you are a genius.
So it's 7-2. That's fine.
That are
I'm very confused with Ubisoft right now. I do not understand why this is happening. And I am going to have to verify my files for the 3rd time today. That's very nice. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely.
so 7-2, which means that the defense lost Garage again and then went somewhere else, all there again and won. But ultimately, it is now tied 1-1 in the series, with Coastline, the map pick of Wave Esport, going in favour of Nexus Gaming. But then Nexus Gaming's map pick of Clubhouse going very much in favour in a 7-2 sweep, almost a replication of what Nexus pulled off against Surge. The third and final map of this series will be Cafe Dostoevsky. Cafe is a map much more similar to Clubhouse in its playstyle, in that if you are well rehearsed in what you need to do, then you should be able to succeed. This leads me to put my faith personally in Wave taking this. Their performance on Clubhouse, both with their knowledge of their defenses, as well as their solid performance on attack from what we saw, they're very consistent, roam clear, able to push back, and although they did end up losing Rig to Fruity in their first attacking round, ultimately they were able to do that was their second attacking round, sorry. Ultimately they were able to still come to some sort of winning conclusion in the game. So, the only conclusion, in my opinion, I think it should be fairly set in favour of Wave. That being said, there is always a chance that Nexus are very well rehearsed on Cafe. In their game against Surge, they did seem to have a pretty quick clear on their attacks. They were able to set up well and give themselves enough time to execute on the one round that they had to attack for. And on their 6 defensive rounds, they looked convincing and they had clear setups, which I don't know if the Wave would have had a chance to go over and taken a look at, or if Nexus is going to bring something completely new to the table. Either way, it will still be a thrilling map, and whilst I am leaning towards Wave, it could honestly go either way. We'll try and fix some of the issues that we are currently having, but we'll be back with you as soon as possible.
I'm very confused. Oh god. I think I am gonna have to move my install files from my SSD to my hard drive. That might be the only way to fix this issue, which is unfortunate. But that might be the only thing I can do.